Local actors, directors, and playwrights are coming together performing a play about the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. Reflections opened last Friday and runs through this weekend at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. Fox 23's Tanya Motorzycki is live in the Greenwood District. Tanya, you saw the play on opening night and brought along some special guests. How did it go?
Shay, well, it went really good. I didn't expect to cry. With me, I brought two descendants, a Greenwood business owner and also a Greenwood leader. Now, for me, it was very surreal. There was moments I cried, just trying to keep back tears because I just could not believe how people were treated back then. And just to know that that actually took place 102 years ago, it was a very hard thing to kind of, how do I put it, to grasp, so to speak. And so now I did speak with those four folks that I brought with me about their emotions and how they were similar, and also what they hope to see in the future to keep moving that needle forward. Reflections, a play about the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, will have you do just that, reflect. For Gary Brickner, vice chair of the Greenwood Chamber, he says watching the play was a reality check. He says he has to stand up for the truth and keep the story of Greenwood alive as visitors walk down the street.
But we need the actual history. You have to have the buildings, the actual brick and mortar. That's where the history is. It came back bigger than before Greenwood did.
Reflection starts off as a discussion between white students about how the massacre should be taught to kids, causing conflict like we see today with dealing with critical race theory. The play takes you to 1921 during the massacre. Dr. Patricia Brickner, owner of Natural Health on Greenwood, says the play was emotional.
Relationships can get just twisted just by misinformation. And the part that really touched me was, you know, the deep hurt and the insensitivity of the other side, the perpetrators, how they just they couldn't feel it. But the bottom line, the underlining factor was both sides need deep healing.
During the intermission, actors acted like they were in an encampment and interacted with people as they walked by. This moment felt extremely real for descendant Sally Butler Davis.
I was a little stunned. I didn't know how to respond, and people coming up to me asking me for water or like, have I seen their husband and things like that. It made me kind of like project myself actually into that moment, and it was like a little uncomfortable for me actually to experience that. So I could only imagine how much that they felt compounded with that.
The play also takes you to modern day, how the traumas of the massacre are still seen today.
And it also gave me a little bit more understanding of some of the traumatic behavior and the impact that it had, but also the entrepreneurial spirit.
For the playwriters Bailey James and Ubam Ukaba, they want Reflections to be an educational story too. It's a way to make sure that history does not get swept under the rug.
Today, people are trying to hide these stories and erase them. So we think it's really important that they be shared with the community.
I think you will leave the show feeling ready to act or ready to have great conversations with people, family, friends, and colleagues.
Patricia says with questions on how to teach certain moments in history, this play is something students need to see.
People can see, they can feel, and they can truly understand if it's brought to them instead of just getting it from the book. You know, this really needs to go into the school system, just like it is.
Covering news that matters, and Tanya Motorzycki, Fox 23 News.